Hey everybody, it's Christine with the Healthy Living with a Disability YouTube channel, and today I am cooking a spaghetti with meat sauce and baked sausage plate for you guys. But before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so you get notified for when I post new videos, and comment below on the videos you want to see. And in case I didn't say it, like this video. That helps me a great deal. And then after you've watched the video, don't forget to go over to Disability Designs, ETC, to check out the disability themed merchandise that I create that promotes disability inclusion, awareness, and acceptance. And now, after I've done all that, let's get started with today's recipe. So I have already preheated my oven at 425, guys, and this is gonna be a multi-step recipe for today. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to skewer a bit my sausage. I have some mild Italian sausage here. You could use a hot Italian sausage if you like. I am not going to use today a ground sausage. I'm not going to use that today because I'm going to use ground beef also in today's recipe. So I am just going to go ahead and poke those holes into the sausage. And I am going to use some garlic powder. I will have this recipe in the description below for you guys, as always. But let me go ahead and season these for you. I season them on both sides, like Emerald says. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. As you know, if you've watched the channel, I love Emerald Lagasse, and he has been an inspiration for me to cook, guys. And he taught me a long time ago, you've got to season both sides of your meat. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to season both sides of my meat while I'm thinking about it and while I'm doing this. Don't forget, guys, to go on over to my website and subscribe to my newsletter. I will leave that in the description also below for you at christinegray.com. I post reviews of books that I'm reading, what's going on with my author journey, some assistive technology tips and tricks and recommendations. It's really, really interesting. You guys should go check it out when you get a chance. I'm going to go ahead and season this side as well. And this recipe, guys, is going to take about an hour to an hour and a half. It's a two-step recipe, guys. And now I'm going to use food safety. The oven is preheated to 425. I'm going to be very careful when I'm opening this. I'm going to step back and open a bit more. And I'm going to place this in my preheated oven. Be careful, guys. Do not touch the edges of your oven. Now, guys, I am going to bake this for 30 minutes. So I'm going to start my timer up here for 30 minutes. And so now we're going to get over to what's in my stock pot today. Remember, guys, I like to use the bigger type of stock pot. So I have a pound of ground meat already in here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil just to coat the bottom of the pot, guys. And remember, I'll leave you guys the recipe to this dish below. That oil is going to heat up. It's going to help the ground beef not stick to the bottom of the pot. You could use ground chicken if you really wanted to make this a bit healthier. This is what I'm using today. I'm going to start breaking it up even before it gets heated, right? I have my heat control. It's actually on medium high right now, guys. Remember, the heat control, the heat panel is your friend. So you always want to keep an eye on that. Okay, guys. Let me get my ingredients together here real quick. I hope everybody is doing well out there. And don't forget, if you have any suggestions of what you want to see on the channel, or questions for me, just let me know. And I'm practicing heat safety and cooking safety right now because I needed to back up so that I could open these containers, guys. So this is gonna be about 2.5 tablespoons of onion powder equal to garlic powder and Italian seasoning. So 2.5 tablespoons of each. I am actually gonna, again, back myself up and practicing food safety, guys. Bringing that pot over here. Now you're really getting behind the scenes information because a lot of time I use the cap to help me in my measurements. Oops, and that's what really happens when you cook. So we have that in there. That's some Italian seasoning. And my suggested measurements for these seasonings is simply a suggestion. So please go ahead and use as much as or as little as you like, right? So this is just a starting point for you guys, or a way for you to have an idea about what you might want to try to cook. I don't even hear this sizzling yet, but we'll fix that in a second. Using heat safety, guys, okay? That's 1 cup, but I would say 2.5 tablespoons, again, and you can adjust to your liking. So in a minute here, guys, I also have a couple other things. I want to break this up a bit. So if you come and see, I'm breaking up my meat. The smaller you can get the meat, guys, the better it's going to be for a couple reasons. It'll cook faster, and the seasoning will get to it more evenly. I know it looks like it's starting to finally smoke a bit, so I'm going to be careful. And I'm going to turn my meat, guys, because I do not want it to burn. Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me also grab, guys, a little bit of water. I like to add just a little bit of water to the bottom of my pot even when I'm cooking some meat. I do that just so that the meat does not get too dry, right? So here we go. We're going to continue to brown. And we're going to turn, guys. Okay, super important that you turn your meat so that it doesn't end up getting too brown. You're going to cook this. Hold on 1 sec. This is going to cook for between 5 and 7 minutes, guys. Hang on 1 sec. Let me get this meat off the bottom of this. Hold on 1 sec. And then this is going to cook between 5 and 7 minutes. It's on medium high. And I hear it sizzling a little bit up, but I'm going to give it a chance to brown a little bit. And we'll be back for the next steps. I'm just going to let this brown a little bit and bring it back to you guys for the next steps. Hey everybody, it's Christine. We're back on the Healthy Living with a Disability channel. Cooking a spaghetti and meat sauce with baked sausage for you, just to let you know what's going on. We still have about 19 minutes on the baked sausage. And while that's happening, I'm going to come on over here to the meat sauce, or what's going to be the meat sauce, and show you what it looks like. This is about after 7 to 8 minutes. You want to watch your meat to make sure that it does not overcook. Now, I'm going to add some baby Bella mushrooms. They are cut up, as you guys know, and as I was saying before, if you've watched the channel, I love to use items that are pre-diced because I have difficulties with my hands from my disability. So this is pre-diced 8 ounces of baby Bella mushrooms. You could use pre-diced white mushrooms. You don't have to use mushrooms at all. It's totally up to you. But this is what I'm using today. So this is where we're going with this. So we're going to go ahead, again, because we're really cooking here. We're going to go ahead and add all of the mushrooms. You do not have to wash these mushrooms. They are pre-diced. And so I use them just like that. I am gonna now stir this in. I am gonna adjust my heat temperature. Remember, I'm always talking to you guys about the heat control on the stove is your friend. Use it. That's why it's got the different numbers and heat levels on it. I am stirring these mushrooms in, guys. As you know, as you've watched the channel, I like to stir each ingredient that I am cooking in my food or in my recipe into the pot when I add it. I believe it adds the flavor more evenly. So I'm gonna leave that for just a second. And what I'm gonna do is I wanna make sure these mushrooms get cooked a little bit. I want them to let out their juices, right? They have this moisture in them, and already the aroma that is coming out of this pot is amazing. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just an extra way to add another level of flavor. While I get my other ingredients, I'm just gonna cover this for a minute. It does not have to cook long, guys, because if you cook those mushrooms too long, they are gonna turn brown. And another person who is on Food Network says that's not good eats, like Alton Brown says. It is not good eats, guys, to have brown or good tasting food, to have browned mushrooms in your food. So while that is going and cooking, I'm gonna grab my diced tomato. I'm gonna grab my sauce. And I also have here a pound of spaghetti, which I'll show you in 1 second. I wanna come back to my pot. I'm gonna stir this again, guys. Again, I wanna make sure 2 reasons. I want to get this flavor really well incorporated into this dish, and I want to make sure these mushrooms do not burn. Okay? It's not yummy food if you burn any part of the meal, because there's no way to fix that, guys. Okay, so here we go. My mushrooms are happy. As they cook, they will shrink just a little bit, and that's okay, guys. I'm gonna add my usual suspect of my diced tomatoes. This is 14.5 ounces of diced tomato today. This has a little bit extra garlic in there, so it's gonna increase that garlic flavor, which is fine because this is just gonna add more richness. I'm gonna stir these tomatoes in. Look at that, guys. And it's making, even with the mushrooms, it's already making its own sauce. I was thinking earlier, I'm gonna use chicken broth today as my liquid and some water, but you could use beef broth as well. Chicken broth was just what I had on hand, guys. So I am going to add, let's see if I can do that. Okay, cool. I'm going to add a pound of spaghetti, guys. It's spaghetti, so you could use linguine if you want, but I'm using spaghetti today. They are cut in half, so it's a full box of spaghetti cut in half before you even put it in the pot, guys. Again, it helps the spaghetti cook a little quicker. You could try to turn it now. I do. It looks a little bit like it's not going to cooperate with me just this minute, and that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and continue adding a couple more things to my pot. I'm going to add my sauce. Now, for this recipe, and again, if you've been watching the channel, you guys know I do not strain my pasta. You can. There is assistive technology to help you do that. But I generally don't. And so here is my sauce. I'm just using a jarred sauce, guys. You can make the sauce if you want. I didn't want to do that today. So I'm using a store-bought sauce. And then I am going to put a little bit of this water, which is why I reserved some of the water. Just a little bit. Just enough to cover, if you can see that, just enough to cover the bottom of the jar and move it around. And then I'm gonna add that. I am not gonna stir yet, guys, okay? Because I'm gonna add chicken broth. I'm gonna add 32 ounces of my chicken broth, guys. So let's go ahead and do that. You can use beef broth. You could use, there's something called bone broth. You could use vegetable broth. Totally up to you. You could omit it all and just use water for all of it. Completely up to you guys. This is what I have at home today. This is what I'm using. And I know this looks like a lot of liquid, but what's gonna end up happening is that when I cook this, and you'll see as we continue on with today's recipe, as I cook this, that liquid is gonna get absorbed, and it's gonna get not only absorbed into the pasta and cook the pasta, but it is going to also add, again, to the flavor of the pasta. Now, you could add salt to this. If you notice, I did not, because the broth that I used has salt in it. So if you want to add more salt, you can go ahead and do that. If you are on a restricted diet where you have to be careful and mindful of the salt intake, then I would use the low sodium variety and I would adjust my salt on my own. Okay, but I am not going to add any more salt to this. Now, if you guys can just take a look, this is basically submerged in here. I am going to see if you just move it. It's not even, you're stirring, but I don't want to break up that pasta too much. It's already broken up. And as it cooks, it's going to do more. So, or it's going to get a little bit more pliable, obviously, because we're cooking it. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my heat up again. Right, I'm going to bring it up to medium high. I am going to cover this, guys. Oops. I am going to cover this, guys, and I'm going to bring this to a boil. Then I am going to watch and see what my directions on the box for my pasta says. I think it's 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to cook it at about 8. So I'm going to let it boil for 8 minutes. And when all that happens, I'm still waiting on my sausage that's baking in the oven. We'll be back and I'll show you the next steps. Hey, it's Christine, everyone, and we're back on the channel showing you what is going on with our spaghetti and meat sauce meal. The sausage already is out of the oven. It cooked for 30 minutes at 425 degrees. I went ahead and cut it up into circles. They're coin size. I'm gonna put them to the side just a minute because I want to check my sauce and pasta. I did, while we were on break, I did add some sugar, guys. I added about 2 tablespoons of sugar. You don't have to add it. I like to add it. And I make sure, because look at this, perfect example. And I make sure when I cook my pasta in this way, guys, that I do stir the pasta. This way it doesn't stick together. So that is what this looks like now. And I'm gonna add one more step before we're gonna be almost ready to eat. So this recipe also, guys, is great for leftovers. It's great for a Sunday meal, and it's great if you have to freeze it and use it again. Oops. Let me just be very, very careful because there's oil. All right. I'm being very careful with that. Oil and a heat source do not mix, guys. So here we go. I'm just going to stir this in. And if this is, remember, this is just a pound of regular Italian sausage that I seasoned earlier in the video with just some garlic powder on both sides. I'm gonna leave this, guys, for another 5 minutes or so, just because this is already all cooked. I just want this to get happy together, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like when we plate it. But go ahead and take a good look at that before we go ahead and take the last break before we plate the meal, guys, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, and then we'll be right back to plate our meal and show you what it looks like. Hey everybody, it's Christina. We're back on the Healthy Living with a Disability YouTube channel, and we're finishing up our spaghetti with meat sauce and baked sausage meal. So let me just show you what it looks like. I just had this sausage in here just for a few minutes already. It's already been baked. So we're gonna take a look. And you can add, I did have some extra water on the side. I don't need it today, so I didn't need it to add it, but this is what it looks like, okay? Let me go ahead and plate my dish. Let me go ahead first and close this up real quick and shut off my heat and get myself ready to plate this meal. Oops. Move this one to the side. And we'll go ahead and... Now, see, it is very hot, guys, so you're gonna be very, very careful. I'm gonna give it one more good stir because I see some of that tomato sauce is just really there. Okay. So here we go, guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. Let me get this together. Again, guys, please, please, please. This is hot food. It just is done. You see the steam coming out of it. Please be careful when you are plating. If it's one thing that I want you to get a couple things out of the channel, but it's to please be careful and use food safety when possible. Also, I didn't mention in any other part of the video, but if you get a chance, please go over to Amazon and grab a copy of Cooking with Ease, Your Guide to Cooking with a Disability, while I'm plating this. That's my cookbook. It's available on Amazon. I do also have my first novel, which I'm super excited about, Mandated Renaissance, also available on Amazon. It's really special to me because it focuses on a character with a disability, guys. So I'm super proud of that. Oh, that's okay. That's just my oven. But I'm super proud of those projects, guys. But please, please, please go grab your copy of Cooking with Ease, Your Guide to Cooking with a Disability. I have some amazing recipes. Some of them I do demo on the channel, guys. So go grab your copy. The ones that I don't demo on the channel, guys, are available. I will leave them in the description below. You can also check out the Healthy Living with a Disability blog channel and the Facebook channel. I know it's a lot of stuff, guys, and I think I mentioned before, you should also sign up for my newsletter. The information will be below, and you get, as a thank you gift, you will get a meal planning guide if you sign up for my newsletter. So here's my pasta, guys. I am just gonna take a little bit, and you may want to look at it before I go ahead and put that cheese on it. Put a little bit of Parmesan cheese, guys. Now, you've seen on the channel before, I add some things sometimes to garnish. To me, it's super important you can garnish, but do not drench your food with things that should be garnishes just because you're gonna miss out on that flavoring of that actual food that you worked on. I didn't do it with this pasta right now, but you could add a little bit more sauce if you would like. Okay, let's take a look, guys, at what, hold on one second, at what this actually looks like. Oh my goodness. Here, let me also hold on to this because this is, not only is it gorgeous, guys, look at that. Oh my goodness. The sausage, the mushrooms, those mushrooms. In a minute when I take a bite, I just want to give it a minute to cool because obviously you guys see it's hot, right? But those mushrooms add such a depth of flavor to it. Look, guys, you can cut it up. Even though I cut it or I split it before I even cooked it today in the pot, I'm going to go ahead and cut it up a bit and take a little bit of that sausage or of that spaghetti. I've got, and I'm gonna have to do this in 2 bites, guys, because I already know this is amazing and it's a lot of food. So take a look at that for a minute while I blow on it because it's super hot. Please, guys, be careful, food safety. Oh my God. This sausage is delicious. Hold on a second, guys. Oh my God. This spaghetti is cooked perfectly. The meat sauce and the meat with the 2 layers of tomato sauce, including that diced tomato, is amazing. I'm gonna go in, trying to get a little bit of the pasta again. Because look, that mushroom, that's like, you can make a vegetarian spaghetti sauce. Look at that mushroom. That mushroom is going to be amazing. Hold on one second. Again, I'm going to be very, very careful. That is so perfectly done. Those mushrooms have a bite to them. They're amazing. Guys, thank you so much for watching the channel in this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry, it's so delicious. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, comment below on the recipes you want to see on the channel. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and watching this video, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Thank you for watching another amazing cooking video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification button to be notified when I post my next video, and don't forget to go check out Cooking with Ease, your guide to cooking with a disability, available now on Amazon. It makes a great gift. Go buy one for yourself and a few of your friends. Have a great day and see you on the next video.